Well, Singapore's central bank is working with the financial sector to pilot what's called asset tokenization. The idea is to see how digital tokens can be used to own things like securities or deposits in small fractions. Now, this will give more people more access to such transactions and part of the country's efforts to tap blockchain technology in the decentralized finance space. The pilot is called Project Guardian, and it will look at whether the plans can be built on existing financial infrastructure. We'll also explore the use of trust anchors or regulated financial institutions to verify entities and transactions. The pilot includes local lender DBS, JP Morgan and MarketNode, a digital markets infrastructure operator.
So the crypto asset space is constantly evolving. We recognize that this is a highly risky area, but it also has the potential to transform the future of finance. We must continue to adapt our rules to ensure that regulation remains facilitative of innovation and yet addresses the key risks that crypto assets pose.
Mr. Heng advised retail investors to steer clear of cryptocurrencies and said authorities have taken steps to limit the promotion of cryptocurrencies to the general public. But despite the risks that emerging tech like crypto assets pose, he said there is value in exploring them further.
The way to approach Web 3.0 is to keep an open mind. We must peer through both the hubris and the veil of suspicion to understand the potentially transformative underlying technologies. Let us not throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Well, Singapore believes that international digital agreements can serve as so-called highway code to guide companies as they conduct business internationally. Communications and Information Minister Josephine Teo said this in a fireside chat with U.S. Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo at the ATX Summit. Well, Mrs. Teo said such pacts in turn provide certainty to businesses. For example, the Singapore-U.S. Partnership for Growth and Innovation, which boosts cooperation in areas including the digital economy, will help firms access new markets or tech solutions. There is also the ASEAN Model Contractual Clauses, a framework for data protection in the regional economy.
If we don't make a conscious and deliberate effort at the international level to bring about some standardizations of rules, create norms that shape common behavior, then I think over time, the potential for growth and innovation will also be impeded.
And taking it a step further, Senior Minister Teo Chee Hean says governments and industry should work together to develop governing principles and standards around digital tech to ensure security and preserve trust. He was speaking virtually to foreign ministers at the summit's gala dinner. Mr. Teo also underscored the need to work with big tech and not against it and collaborate on integrating the digital world.
The digital world has grown so big and pervasive that we now need to have this conversation between governments, businesses, and consumers to assess whether our policies are still fit for purpose and how best to go about realizing our collective vision of creating a more integrated, open, and secure digital world.